Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning into Agent on Duty today with myself, your host, Stacey Prieur, and joined is my returning guest, Andrew Perry. Andrew, how's it going?
Great. I'm super happy to be back on the show with you. It's been what, 2 years now? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Wow. So I'm excited to, hear what's new.
yeah. No, wait a minute, that's my line. I'm excited to hear what's new from you, bud. You've gotten quite a few things, and the newest new
Yeah.
is you got a new little baby, don't you?
Yeah. So funny thing. So since the last time we spoke, I don't know how funny this is, especially if my wife is watching today.
Hi, Andrew.
Uh, but we've had two kids since the last time I've seen you.
There you go. Double
Yeah,
down.
exactly. So my son Cade turned one a few weeks ago, May 24th. And my third baby, his name's Jagger. He was born just almost 2 weeks ago.
Okay, cheesy joke alert. Does he have moves?
Yeah, he certainly does. And so all my kids, I've created a hashtag. It's kind of like our thing. So my first one was Huds the Studs. I actually started with my wife. So I call her hashtag gave the babe. And
Okay.
then my first son Hudson. So hashtag Huds the Studs. And then my second is the Hurricane. His
Oh,
name's Kane. Yeah, right. Smart, right? And then the last one is Jaggermeister.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your socials today. So, for anyone who is not aware of who Andrew Perry is, Andrew, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are, and where you
Yep.
serve?
Yeah, of course. So I am in Niagara on the Lake, and since the last time we spoke, since then I have opened up our own branch of Revel Realty with my co-owner Jesse and Evan McDonald here in beautiful Niagara on the Lake, wine country. This
Oh,
office is absolutely stunning. It's our Revel Luxury Division office. So we've got marble walls. We've got a wine cellar, we
I was
call it,
gonna
right,
say
with
there's
an
got to
S.
be wine in the office, right?
Yeah, we actually have a $10,000 wine wall from all local wineries. We wanted here at Revel and at the Finest Taste team, we're all about community and giving back. So we wanted to make sure that we made as much local purchases and did worked with as many local contractors. Actually, Evan, who's the co-owner, is the contractor. Hires all local trades. And so I run the brokerage office. I run a luxury team here, as well as I'm the director of recruitment with Revel, the brokerage as a whole. So we got a lot going on here, but you know what? Everything ties in beautifully together. So super excited to see what the next 2 years will bring.
Sounds like super synergy. One of the things I wanted to get into with you is yes, it's amazing that you've done this, and I definitely am gonna have to tour your office and sample some wine. But
Yes, anytime.
when I head up there, but yeah, the other thing is that you've been dominating socials. You
Yeah.
created real estate hacks. Your Instagram's been off the charts. Your listing videos are getting some serious views. So I want to dive a little into that.
Yes.
Do you
Of
wanna
course, yeah. So, just so everybody knows, I didn't create Real Estate Hacks. I'm just a
okay.
moderator. That goes out to Jill Price. She's the one behind it all. But I'm so happy and honored that I'm actually able to be one of the moderators. I've been on that moderating panel now for a few years, and it's just done wonders for my business. As I'm 90% now agent to agent referrals. And I've done that by not only using groups like Real Estate Hacks, but also through the way I brand myself. I think that a lot of agents focus too much on, okay, so if I use social media, how many leads am I going to get? How many buyers and sellers are going to be drawn to my page? In where I think the opposite, I think how many realtors can I attract to my page? So using that method, I've been able to I max out my personal Facebook account at 5,000. Every day I check my birthdays and I see, okay, who am I not engaging with? Who is a fake account or who's deleted themselves, and then I'll take them off my Facebook and then I replenish them. But then on Instagram, I'm just about at 19,000 followers now. And when I started this mission of, just giving value and through entertainment, education, and inspiration to other realtors, it went from like 6,000 to 19,000. So, I've almost doubled my follower count by just switching up my approach.
That's awesome. Okay, we are going to take a quick break, and then when we get back, I want to talk about some of the nominations and awards that you've been receiving lately. So, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back with Andrew. And we are back. You're tuning into Agent on Duty with myself, Stacey Prieur, and my returning guest today, Andrew Perry. So, Andrew, we were getting into a little bit about what you've been doing in the last 2 years, and we wanted to get into your nominations and awards that you've received because you've been doing such a great job. And is like, to be honest, like, how long have you been in the business for?
This is going to be this is technically my fifth year, I guess. So we're in my fifth year. I will be, I think December 1st, late November of 2016, 20. I honestly can't remember. These few years have flown by so crazy. You know, you as an agent understand that as well. I had to double check what day it was probably 3 or 4 times before we hopped on today.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's one of those things like if it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. And I'm like,
Exactly.
if you guys want me to be somewhere, send me a calendar invite. And I sound like, sorry for anyone if I sound a little douchey, but
No, that's honestly, that's how you don't know how many times. So, what helped my growth since the last time we spoke exponentially is the fact that I hired an admin, and
yes,
now we have two, and I have a team. We call her director of operations. And before that, if it was not in my calendar, I would miss it. I wouldn't show up. I'd be late. People would be like, "Hello, are you ready?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." For what? Sorry. So I totally agree.
yeah, no, it's one of those things like right now, especially Monday through Friday, like from I would say like 8:30 till about 9, I'm time blocked, like
Yeah,
consistently.
absolutely.
And then I get like wiggle room on Thursdays and wiggle room on Saturdays and Sundays. So, anyways, let's get into some of the nominations and awards you've won. And I
Sure.
want to talk about the importance of that because you've been a realtor for 5 years. You've been able to build this amazing, incredible business, which you started as a realtor, built a team. Now you have a brokerage and you're getting your accolades. So, I think it's really important to talk a little bit about that.
You know what? Of course, remember you're talking to the world's most humblest guy here.
Oh,
So, right? So it all started maybe
here's your
my
humble
first.
pie, Andrew.
Yeah,
You
thank you.
let us know.
I would have to eat the whole thing in order to be as humble as most people would want me to. But it all in my first year, I came out with a series of videos that I guess you could say it went viral. I mean, it depends what your actual stat for that is, but we got 60,000 views in our first couple of weeks, and from there I was able to get my first kind of little bit of recognition, which made me number 2 against Amy Youngren of all people, who was number 1. And that was kind of my first little recognition. But lately, with the actual awards, I think the one that I'm most proud of is number 1 on social media. Won that for 2020. And the cool thing about this award is that it was by the Niagara Association of Realtors. So that means that I didn't put anything out there that say, "Hey, vote for me," which we do have those types of awards,
The
of course.
community awards, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily a popularity contest. It's all voted by our peers. So all the realtors in the Niagara Association of Realtors were able to vote me as number 1. So I think I'm the most proud of that because people often think of other realtors as their competition, where I don't. I think of other realtors as my teammates. We're going to be sitting across the table doing a deal together, and I think we should all work together. And then I got platinum winner, Reader's Choice for best real estate agent. And then what? I think number 1 on social media was my number 1. This is my second favorite.
Aw,
World's Best Boss.
that's really cute.
I got it at Winners. They were having
Nice,
a deal.
nice. I thought you were gonna say you got nominated by your staff and like,
No, I was just gonna rip off Michael Scott from The Office and just say what
yeah.
you said. But yeah, so and you know what? It's just as we joke around a lot, but the awards do really mean a lot to me. You know what I mean? In our brokerage at Revel, we decided at a very early on in the business that we didn't necessarily want to do brokerage awards. Not to put any other brokerage down. We just felt that, there's realtors, the real estate industry it's a really tough gig. You know what I mean? We get a bad, like in terms of reputation, a lot of people give us a bad rap, and, we're always, hey, just sold, just purchased, just listed, over asking, brought the buyer, and all this stuff. Right. So we felt early on that, we weren't going to do that. However, we do give our community recognition. And once a year, we do a massive charity ball, kind of around the same time that people do their award ceremony. So as I've got a double-edged kind of way I feel about awards, but been happy to be recognized.
That's awesome. Well, you definitely deserve it, and you're definitely someone
Thank
to
you.
watch. So, for any of you realtors that are out there watching, if you're looking for inspirational ideas, definitely hit up Andrew Perry on socials. What's your Instagram handle again?
At A Perry. Yes, please follow me on social media. We give away a ton of really cool tips for realtors, as well as some awesome video content, especially if you want to see me skateboarding and doing the splits. I
I
think
did
that
see
was
that.
my most watched video in the last couple of weeks. I'm old now, almost 33 this year. I don't even know. I'm in somewhere in my mid 30s, and I should not be skateboarding again, but I really enjoy it.
You know what? I'm gonna be that old person that's like 33. You're just a young pup. I'm gonna be 41.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
anyways, yeah, I don't know where the time goes, but it's time for a break. So here's that segue. So guys, we're gonna go for a quick break, and then we'll see you soon. Hey guys, we're back here watching Agent on Duty with myself, your host, Stacey Prieur, and joined with me is Andrew Perry, my returning guest. We've been talking all about what's been going on in his life in the last 2 years since he was first interviewed on Agent on Duty. So I kind of wanted to prod a little bit and get into your family life. So you did just have these 2 babies. What's it like balancing work and family life? Because I know any entrepreneur out there, any real estate agent out there, what does your wife think about everything? Because obviously you're a man in demand. So let's get into that a little bit.
Well, you know what? Again, I should probably watch my words a little bit, just in case she ends up seeing this. But you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. It's definitely not a one-man effort or even a couple effort with my wife and I. It's a full family effort. And you know what? I took a week off before my third child was born, and I'm kind of in and out in the office now, slowly getting back into things. But honestly, it's I would be lying if I said that I had a whole lot to do with it, because my wife, she's like super mom. And even when she was pregnant, she's still holding baby number 2, cooking dinner. And you know what? It's crazy. You know what? And I think if she would let me cook dinner, I don't even think she would. So it's honestly, I've got to give everything to my family. And you know what? My mother-in-law, my mother, it's full team effort. But I think if we had to break down how, other than these last few weeks, how do we maintain, a successful business? I own 2 corporations, and, we do property investing and all that stuff. And my team relies on me, my clients rely on me, my family rely on me. So balancing it all is definitely tough. But at the same time, it's all about setting expectations. So every time I do my week, my month, my year, I always book my personal time first. And I think that's key. So you know what? I book my 5 a.m. I do my first workouts. 7 to 8, I'm with my kids. 9, by 9, I'm in the office. 12, I'm usually playing hockey from 12 to 1. And then I'm back to work until about 6. And then after that, there are some nights where I have to answer my phone, but, usually 6 to 7, I don't answer my phone, and then I spend that with family time. Now, I think it's key that you have that communication early on in the relationship. My wife, Gabe, she knew from the first moment she met me, although I was in a different position in life, she knew that I was always high energy, sales driven. And I knew that if I wanted to be as successful as I want to be, and it never changes, I'm never satisfied, that there are a few aspects of my life that I need to take control of and focus on. So she's fully supportive of that. Yeah, have I dropped the ball a few times? Absolutely. But to answer your question a little bit more directly, you've got to put time away for yourself first, and then book your appointments around that, as well as you have to have good communication with your partner. Nothing beats that. They have to be fully understanding of what you want in life, but at the same time, knowing that you can't leave them to do everything.
I think that's like number one. Everybody's like, it has to be an equal partnership. It can't be a dictatorship. I'm just laughing because I've had this conversation with my ex partner. So
Yes.
it's just like, I'm like, this echoes, to be real.
Yeah.
No, I think that's awesome. And I think that you guys had that pre-discussion because real estate life can be
Yeah.
pretty intimidating. And it's hard, especially during busy season, making plans with people. Like even my friends and family, they know when it's busy, like when it's busy season, I have to jump. Like it's just what it is. Um, when you're building that empire, when you're building where you
Absolutely.
want to go, right? So, and I understand what you're saying when you have a couple corporations. I have 3 different projects that I have on the go. So it's not just real estate for me too. So time blocking is really important. Doing things for yourself is really important because if it's all work, no play, you ain't gonna want to do it anymore. Um, and one of the other things I wanted to ask, what were you doing before you got into real estate?
I was in sales for a company called LA Fitness.
Oh,
And so I started as just, your sales representative, moved up to GM in my first few months. And then I had the opportunity. So I moved to Niagara from my hometown of Innisfil to open up the Niagara Falls LA Fitness. That's where I met my wife. I hired her as a sales representative. Sales is definitely not her personality, but she knew everybody in town and she absolutely crushed it. So, so to go back to the other conversation, that's how she knew my personality. And so that's how it kind of works. Again, it is an ongoing struggle, but we've got to work at it. But anyways, so, and then about a year of that, I had an opportunity to move out west to Edmonton to help one of my good buddies, Scott Holiday, who's in real estate now, oddly enough. He was my mentor, and then now I'm kind of his mentor. And so I moved out there to help him kind of develop the Edmonton LA fitness market out there. So after a few months, I just realized that the corporate lifestyle, as much as I loved being hungry, loved working my butt off, it just wasn't the right atmosphere for me. I needed to be the one in control. And if I was working my butt off, I want to reap the rewards, so
yeah.
to speak. And it's just, I was getting paid well there, no doubt. But you know what? I wanted control, and that's why I left. I owe everything I know from a sales aspect to the way I structure my systems in my business to LA Fitness and the VP Mike Ricker and a few people out there, key players that helped me basically design this whole business strategy that I've been able to implement now. So I don't regret it, but you know what? I'm happy where I am now.
Nice. I feel like that was your Oscar speech, like a portion of it.
There you go.
Like, I
See,
feel like you should have held up your award while saying that. I owe this to
we
you.
owe this to you and to you and to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's the music? What made you decide to get into real estate? Because that is kind of, I mean, there's not really a big parallel. Like usually you see people
Yeah.
go from property management to real estate,
Yeah.
or like that kind of side of things, not so much fitness to then real estate.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
More
You'd be
bar industry to real estate. I think there's so many bartenders and like servers in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was a bartender as well, head bartender at Boston Pizza in Stillville, Ontario. But no, you know what? Honestly, and this is the truth. Something just clicked. I was like, okay, if I'm good at selling gym memberships at, what would I make? Like anywhere between $27 to maybe $80 per membership, depending on the package. And I'm like, if I could sell that, I could sell something bigger, like a car or a house. So that was the first click. But I would say the main inspiration, and you may or may not know this team, which is now a brokerage, is the Mark Ferris team. A good friend of mine, Thomas Ferris, I've known the Ferrises for a long time, and I've always looked up to them. They were always, super nice people. Their family was great. They were always very competitive hockey players, and I always looked up to them. Everybody in town always loved them. And when I found out that my good friend Thomas was joining the Mark Ferris team, I was just like, wow, this might be something that I would be interested in. If they could do it, I could do it. We come
Mhm.
from the same town, we know the same people, and they just became like they just went, and they're still on that rocket ship of growth, so to speak. And that was honestly my inspiration. And I'm like, where can I? Oh, houses. Here we go. And I used the Ferris team, in fact, to base my decision on where I would eventually start my real estate journey. So I ended up signing with Royal LePage in Niagara at first. And you know what? I haven't looked back, and I still keep in contact with the Ferris team. A bunch of great guys, and they are just absolutely destroying it.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, it's fun when you can grow together, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to take another quick break, and when we get back, we're going to wrap some things up and just talk about where people can reach you, what they can expect, and what you got new and upcoming. All right, guys, we'll be right back. And guys, we're back. Thank you so much. You've been tuning into Agent on Duty with myself, your host, Stacey Prieur, and my returning guest, Andrew Perry. So, Andrew, incredible story. Thank you so much for coming back. I think it's amazing what you've been able to build in the last 5 years, even. And I definitely, you were talking about that rocket trajectory. I can totally see you on the same one, which I think is amazing. And is there anything else that you have coming up that we can get like a sneak peek at, or anything you want to promote?
Yeah, well, you know what? I think the biggest thing that I would love to promote today is obviously our new office here in Niagara on the Lake. So if you're an agent and if you've got clients looking to move into this area, please give us a call. We know absolutely everything about this area. So even if you don't have a client, you just want to come hang, pick my brain, or maybe I could pick yours. Just let me know. Like I would love to. I take everybody on tours around here. Actually, my wife's family owns a winery. So if you like wine and you like wine tasting, give me a call. Let's hang out. But another thing that I kind of just want to help put out there is that there's been a lot of changes in the last 2 years. Yes, absolutely. But one of the biggest things is that I just
Sorry,
want to
I
let you
meant to
know.
say sold to that. I'm
What's
cutting you off. You said wine
oh,
tour? Sold.
sold to the wine tour. Yeah,
Sold.
absolutely. Come down anytime. Bring the agent on duty crew. Let's go on scene, right? We'll bring Sean Cohen. He's got an exciting new adventure too. We'll bring the whole crew down.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think look, what we've been able to accomplish as a team here in the last couple of years, it's not stopping. We plan on replicating this brand and image in other markets. And if I have to end on anything, it's just like follow me on social media, keep up with my story. I love connecting with other agents, and I'm happy to help in any other way. But you know what? I love just networking and getting together with other agents.
Which honestly, thank you again so much for your time. I know you're a busy guy. Where can everybody get a hold of you if they want to check out your website? Again, if they want to check out your socials,
Yeah.
Facebook, Insta, what are your handles?
Yeah. So honestly, I think just the easiest way is A Perry on Instagram. Let's just connect there. Super easy to remember. A Perry, Instagram. Let's get connected. And I'm happy to see you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much, A. Perry, Andrew Perry. Uh,
See?
and I'm definitely going to have to take a tour up there this summer and sip on some wine. And we'll have to chat
Beautiful.
and talk shop. So,
Awesome.
and I just want to say thank you to you, the viewers, for watching. And we'll see you next time.